G'day and welcome back to my channel. You like my Stingray t-shirt? Yes, don't worry, Stingray will return. Now look, the Patreons and the YouTube members who basically fund this channel, I mean, you know, I get a natstick worth out of YouTube. So I've got to thank all my Patreons, my YouTube members. They're the ones that really support me and allow these videos to happen. Now, every year I let them vote. Yes. They get to vote. And amongst other things, they get lots of benefits, right? They get early videos, they get live shows, a lot. Look, find out for yourself. I'll do a little video and explain why it's good to be a Patreon or YouTube member, apart from filling up my bank balance so I can eat, feed Bass the cat. Anyhow, I diverge. There is a voting, right? There is a poll, okay? It's a little poll, we all run around it. There is voting. Bask, if you can hand me, yes, thank you. Bask has handed me the iPad, and on here are the results of the poll. And these will be the kits that I will build in 2023 because my Patreons and my YouTube members ask for it. And whatever they want, they get. They're paying for it. Okay then, does that sound like it could be exciting? Would you like to know what's on my bench next year? Well, this year, well, if you're watching last year, it's next. No, well, this is what's coming up anyway. Roll the music. Okay, welcome back. Now, first on the list, what have you got here, Bask? Yes, the number one voted for work in progress or kit that I should have built for 2023 is, drum roll please, the Hansa Brandenburg W12. Yes, it's so big I'll just have to step back a bit here. Yes, the Hansa Brandenburg, the Wingnut Wings kit, right? Yeah, it's it got so far and I've just about finished. I mean, here's a pic. It sort of got put together and some paint got put on it and I started doing some decals, right? But it needs some lozenge put on it, right? Need to chew on a few lozenges and put them on there. I don't think you Lanks know what your lozenge is, a thing that you suck, right? Yeah. You might have another name for it. Anyhow, some people say Harry Houdini model sucks, but they would only be the tangerine bleep. Yes, enough of that. We won't get into that subject. No, that causes too much angst and gives me too much monetization. Yeah, tell you. Upset people, you make money. Try and be a nice guy and actually do some modelling. Nobody gives a... Anyhow, on with the show. The Wingnut Wings will be done. Now, I've got that scheduled very soon in the year. I'll get to my schedule shortly. We're just going through the top... What's actually top 5 list. Was only going to be top 3, but you'll see why in a sec. Now, the second thing, if that's a thing, just broke the Wingnut Wings kit. Sorry, Bask. The second one voted for is do the bloody Meng roller. Now, this was put in for 2022. It was supposed to start in July. You know, it was all set up and ready to do that. And, of course, my father passed away, and so, well... I went and did that War Spike tribute build instead, which will be followed up this year because, you know, that was just how things were and that's where my mindset was. So the roller didn't get a look in, all right, but I haven't forgotten about it. It's been voted back in again, surprisingly only second. They all wanted Wingnut Wings. They said, yeah, while you're at it, do a roller. But yes, the roller is going to get done later on this year as well. I'll give you the dates for those shortly. Okay, if you haven't seen that, there's a full review of that kit. Right, same with the Wingnut Wings kit, there was a review for it. In fact, there's a playlist for it, I did a whole lot of stuff to it. In fact, there's a whole stack of videos. Now, third place tied, and that was the trouble. The votes were absolutely equal, so I couldn't separate it. In fact, there were over the 100-odd people that voted, it was like 20 of them for the Wingnut Wings kit, so that's, you know, basically 20% said Wingnut Wings. Okay, great. And then it was 19, only just behind it for the roller, you know, so again, just 19%. So those are pretty strong. That's nearly getting close to half them. And then 17%, so that's majority votes for this top 3, which became 4. Yeah, so number 3, tied for third place is, yeah, the Sublime Bean, right, the U-boot. Yes, it's the Atlantic Type 41, okay? And I did a whole lot of work on this, and there's a whole lot of photo etch, and that's sort of what happened, is the photo etch in this scale, like it's 1:1:44 scale, which is, you know, it's the size of my St. Louis. Well, you imagine photo etch guns on that. I did them, but they drove me nuts, and I had one left to do, and I just kept putting it off. Everything else is done. It's basically built, although dry fit. Most of the base painting, all the base colours are on. It simply needs another gun. Now, I think I've got a way around it. I think I've got a solution to that problem. There's video for watch for that as well. You can look back on that one. I'll show you the whole series up to them because I did stacks of work on it. And yeah, I think I can reduce the PE pain. I've got a plan. That'll get me my third gun on there, and then bingo bongo, we just paint it, rig it, and away she goes, right? So that will be exciting because I really should try and finish that. And we get a little bit of rust to it because, I mean, everybody else has been rusting. Becca's sort of weathered the buggery out of his, and David Eves, he's sort of my sandgroper friend, he rusted the buggery out of his. So I'll do something. I mean, my builds are usually pretty clean, but we will do something with this U-boot. Yeah. Tied for third place of what was really wanted for this year is... Yep, it's the Seydlitz. Seydlitz. How do you say that? There it is. Right? Seydlitz. Okay, which is the German World War One, or Kriegsmarine, if you like. I think they were called Kriegsmarine then. World War One. Were they called Kriegsmarine then? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think the German Navy might have had a different name. I think it was only Kriegsmarine in World War Two. Was it? Somebody let me know. I could probably Google it, but why Google it when I've got thousands of fans out there who are basically keyboard warriors, and I go, Harry, you got that wrong. Yeah, I rely on you to correct my mistakes. It's a full-time job answering your emails and your posts, I can tell you. Anyhow, the Seydlitz, right? And I've got tons done on this. I mean, I'd scratch built all the booms on it, and, just there's a whole lot of stuff to be done. All I've really got to do is get a bit more paint on it, whack a wood deck on it, put some barrels in the turrets, and bingo bongo. Oh, there's a bit more work than that. But I will endeavour to finish that this year. In fact, all of these kits you're seeing, I endeavour to finish this year. I know that's hard to believe. Now, there was another almost tied for third place. I think it got 16 votes, so still very high up there. Interestingly, 0 votes in YouTube, but all the votes were in Patreon. So the patrons are really interested in this, so we will do it. And that is going to be my wooden bounty, the constructor kit, right? Now, what I'm going to do with that is, it's a long project. We're not going to do it in a month. We're not going to do it in 2 months. And it always gets put aside because, well, there was a big plague and there was all kinds of things happen. What I'm going to do is every Sunday, I've set up a workshop in my garage, okay? Because I need a place to make a mess, because a wood chip, there's wood shavings and stuff and crap and farts and everything. It's just a big mess. So the constructor bounty will be permanently set up in there with all of its tools on a little fold-out workbench, which is the one I used to take to club, went to club. So there'll be a complete workshop in my garage where wood chips and everything can fall there. Bass the cat can piss all over them. Not a problem. The spiders will be in them. Everybody will have a whale of a time. This means that I could be working on that whenever I like. I'm going to try and do like a couple of hours every Sunday, just as a fun thing to do, because I won't be in the hobby room and I won't be at my new contract job. More about that later. Things are changing here, yeah. I actually had to get a real job to pay the bills. Now, the constructor then will get a video every couple of months, maybe. I'll pop up a video about it. So there'll be about half a dozen videos for Constructor Bounty, hopefully, in the year. As I've got enough footage and I sort of collect stuff, I'll then drop a voiceover and show you everything I've done. That's the only way I think I can get that kit made and in the pipeline. I don't even know if we complete it this year, but I reckon we can have a damn good stab at it if I put at least a couple of hours in the weekend and maybe a couple of hours in during the week. So, which is a lot more than it's been getting lately, because it just got forgotten about because I had nowhere to build it because of all kinds of things, floods and weathers and cyclones and moving houses and, and alien invasions. Everything happened. The truth is out there. Yep. Okay, well, that is the major kits that got voted on, right? So that was the input from the YouTube members and my patrons. So that's locked in, okay? Also, because a reaction... There was a huge reaction to a kit that I got given as a Christmas present. So, seeing as everyone was so excited about it, and I am too, the Airfix Short Sunderland, right? This guy is getting built. It'll start in a few months, all right? This one will be built because there was just, everyone was getting excited and wanting to, they wanted a review of it, the live show, they wanted a review, and after that there was just, every time I posted pictures of it everywhere, everybody got excited. So, I'm excited too, so this will be a new kit that I start in 2023. All right, so the only real new kits are the Sunderland and the Roller will be new kits. Apart from that, they're pretty well all work in progress. So that will be in the mix as well. Now, the mix, this is the thing. get yourself a cuppa and we'll sit down and I'll run through the schedule of how it's all going to work. And hopefully the plan that I've got allows me to actually finish things. So we do something, we finish it, right? Or we get it to a significant point, take a break, come back to it a few months later and finish it. Because I hope out of the 14 builds I've got planned for 2023, I reckon I can finish 9 at least, if not more. Wouldn't that be great? That'll be 9 more than I did last year. Okay, let's have a little break and then I'll come back with the 2023 schedule. Right, okay, don't forget merchandise is available still at the store. You can get a tug mug, right? A Flock of the River counter mug. You might even be able to get a Bass the Cat mug. And I'll bring back Bingo Bongo and some of the other ones if people want them. Just ask. I took them off the store because no one was buying them. So, if you want a specialised mug saying something, I'll do it for you. As long as it's not too rude. I was going to do a Workbench and New Kits mug. Yeah, that was sort of wondered how I'd word that one. Let me know if you want any of that. Now, if you're enjoying this video, please hit that like, okay? It's really helps. And comment, just be respectful, just be really nice about it. And you can subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, see my videos. And if you really want to help me out, make sure I can feed Bass the Cat, hit the super thanks. Yeah, super thanks is great. Every dollar goes towards a tin of fish. All right, on with the video. Now, Bass the Cat's list here that she's worked out for me. Lovely little thing. Now, what we did is we jumbled them around a bit and we tried all kinds of things. And in the past, I'd sort of do, one video, one subject for like 1 or 2 or maybe 3 videos over a couple of weeks. And then I'd switch to something else and I'd switch to something else. The idea was I was trying to give everybody a bite of the cherry. That's back when I did a lot of armour and aircraft and ships. And I tried to rotate it all around. And all that happened is it watered down my builds because I never really got anything finished because I was only ever doing a little bit here and there, and then I'd buy a new kit, everyone would say, build that, Harry, and I'd start that. And I ended up with 18 work in progress. That's what's happened. Nothing's getting done. I only finished the Schnellboat last year. So, to alleviate that problem this year, Bass worked out a brilliant scheme. So, here it is. And this is what we're going to do. Okay. January, now. Well, I'll just get the last of the Stingray videos out. There's just one that I need to do this week, which is really still part of December. It's leaking in, okay? It's just a little video just to finish off that interior. I've got to put the glass in. I've got a special thing to do with the glass and seal that up and maybe get a whack of paint on that so we can see what it looks like and lit up correctly. So finally, finish off on that. And then the rest of that Stingray will come later when I paint the whole body and do all the rest of it. So there's that. We'll get that out of the way fairly quickly. Then, what you've all wanted for some time. Yes, my first Tamiya kit in a decade. Yep, but it's the Honda F1. It's an old 1960s, early 70s kit. And I did the review, right? The review, there'll be a link here or somewhere, okay? I thoroughly liked it. Really thought this will be a good build, right? It's different to all the tanks and aircraft and ship Tamiya kits that I've had before. This is a kit that I want to build, so that's okay. So that is going to come in the next week or so. Yep, literally. By the time you've watched this video and had time to scratch your behind, there'll probably be a Tamiya build video out. Now, there's a review. You can go back and watch my review. There'll be a link for that probably in the description. All right. So that is worth waiting for. And what will happen is I am going to do that all the way through the end of January, all the way into February to around Valentine's Day, maybe a little bit afterwards. And I want to see if I can't finish it, right? It's supposed to be a Tamiya kit. You're supposed to be able to build them out of the box. I mean, what's the thing? Throw the glue in, shake it, and the kit pops out. Let's see. I mean, I will be doing some painting on it, and I'll be doing a little bit of weathering, and I won't be going too berserk. I might wire the motor. I don't know. I'm going to keep the super detailing minimal because I want to just build it like you build a Tamiya kit, in that it's a fairly easy build. You just build it and paint it and everything. There you go. And I hope we get a good result. So we'll see. We'll see how that turns out. At the end of January, okay, the Viking ship's coming back. Yes, the duck at the moment is painting all my little rowers, right? He's getting all those little rowers, the oarsmen. Yep. He's painting those all up for me because it take me forever to bloody do that sort of thing and I can't really see. But the kit just falls together. It's really easy. It's beautifully engineered. And then it's just all wood effects, which I do a lot of those. So I'm right into that. I can quickly do all the wood effects. I can get that kit basically assembled and built in a week and painted. The sail and the rigging may take another week, and then we'll just put the oarsmen in because the duck has already done them. So there's a 2-week build, which we should have finished by the end of February-ish, right? So there we go. So we might have the F1 done, the Honda F1 from Tamiya done, or bloody close, and then we will have the Gokstad Viking ship done. First build completed for 2023. That's the plan. Then we move into March. Okay, now in March, a couple of pickups here in March. The Wingnut Wings kit will come in. All right. I don't think that's going to take the full month to do, really. I mean, I've just got to put some lozenge decals on and glue it together and whack a bloody bit of string on it. I mean, how can I be? There's not much rigging on that one, not at all. So I can't say there being more than 2 or 3 videos. That'll leave me with maybe a video up my sleeve, or maybe 2 for March. And I'll try and do a little bit of work on the wall spike. Okay, so once they're all done, we now move on to April. And April is what you have all asked for. Yes. The Short Sunderland. Yes. The Short Sunderland is going to happen in April. The build will happen. And I'm going to see it through from start to finish. Hopefully it'll be finished by May. If it takes a little longer, it takes a little longer. There is buffering in our plan, but it's down for May. And, you know, it can fall into April a little bit. Come April, sorry, what am I saying? It's down for April, and it might fall into May. Are you with me? Are you following? I'll be asking questions later. Bask, I can't even read this. Why haven't I got my glasses on? Because you're too bloody vain, Harry. Okay, so April is the Sunderland, and it might spill into May. That's okay. Okay, May we'll have a pickup on the St. Louis. Okay, because what I'll probably do is, on the weekends or in some spare time, I might do a little bit of work on the St. Louis and work ahead with the rigging. You don't need to see videos of each individual bloody rat line I put on. I'll just do a whole lot of that, and when I've sort of completed like all the rat lines, I'll just do a tiny video showing, okay, this is it, rat lines are all done. Bang, I'll see you in a few more months and I'll get all the rest of the rigging done, or I'll do the sails, okay? That's what I'm going to do with the St. Louis. The assembly is done. We're only talking about putting up masts. Well, masts are there already. They've just been glued in. So really the videos are only going to be finishing the rat lines, right? Which I've already shown you how I'm going to do the dead eyes and run the shrouds, so you know. And I'm going to use my usual rigging tool that I designed, the rat harp, to run the horizontal rat lines. So it's all stuff I've done before. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm not going to do new videos showing what I already showed on the Bounty. So I'll refer back to the Bounty and say I did this. So there'll be videos which are packed with a lot of things that happened, but crunched down. It won't be so much a tutorial. But you'll get to see the St. Louis getting bloody close to finished. I hope to finish that by the end of the year. That is my plan. All right, so if there's time in May, and there should be, I'm going to do some work on the Vespucci, that tiny little one, right? Because with the Vespucci, it was basically, the hull was done, everything was done. I had to paint the lower hull, that was it. And I was at the point of just basically putting up the yard arms and rigging it. So that's something that 2 weeks work, it could go up. So maybe I can do a few videos on the St. Louis, you know, a catch-up video there, and a couple of videos on the Vespucci, get my sailing ships out the way. We return in June to the Stingray, okay? Yes, we'll get back to the Stingray then, because you've had a nice little break from January to June, and in June we will paint all the outside, we'll finish off the lighting, all the rest of it, and it will be done. And I will not stop until it's done. And if we're running a bit late with the other ones, I've got a buffer there, because I don't think I need the whole of June just to paint the exterior on the Stingray. I really don't. I really think it's only 2-3 videos max, so I've allowed a buffer there. July 1st, hard, no matter what, we are building the roller, okay? So the Rolls-Royce Meng, that goes in. Now I've allowed a whole month for that, and it's armour, and if that's all I build, and it's a pretty nice kit, that should just go clunk, 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 bang, bingo bongo, there it is, done. So I hope so, because that's the thing. No distractions, just build that kit. See how it goes. If we get through all that, August will be the Seydlitz. So yes, guys, you've been waiting for it. I will dedicate all of August to working on the Seydlitz. And again, if all I've got to do is put the wood deck on and the superstructure and some barrels and turrets and everything, you know, I mean, I know, guys, there's a fella in our bloody Fuck of the Rivet Counters Facebook group, and he builds an entire ship every month. Right, an entire ship. So if I can't finish off the last third of that build in a month, who knows? But anyway, we'll do a fair stab at it. With that out of the way, in August, well, that's out of the way in August. Come September, wish I could read this thing. Come September, can't read your handwriting, Bask. Yes, I know it's an iPad. Come September, it'll be the U-boat. All right, and again, there's not a lot to do on that U-boat, so the Seydlitz falls a little bit into September. That's okay, because I don't think the U-boat's more than 2 or 3 videos, because it's basically done. I've just got to make up that one gun, and I've got to quick way of getting around all that photo etch that slows me down. And then all I've got to do is the railing. There'll be a fiddly little bit to the railing. There'll be a nice video on that. Then it's just a matter of basically painting up the decks. I don't think I've got a wood deck for it. I'm just going to paint the decks with a wood effect. I started on that. And then just paint up all the rest of it. Bingo bongo, that one's done. You know, weather it a little bit. You know, leave it outside and get a moss growing on it. Fine, it's done. So there we go. See, I'm going to get them done. I am going to get them done. Okay, so we get through all that. Come October, all right, in October I've got follow up on the Warspite or the Seydlitz, whichever one needs a bit of work. So follow up on one of my battleships, okay? So it's just a bit to do on my Warspite still. We'll finish that off, get out of the way. And the Seydlitz, if there's a bit more left on that I hadn't got done, we'll finish that off as well, okay? So it'll be a bit of a finish up month. If both of those are out the way, then maybe I might sneak in that Deutschland. Whichever way, October's going to be battleship month. So I've got a battleship of some sort going in there that we need to work on. Because remember that Deutschland thing, I've started on the conversion. The conversion's basically done. It just, again, needs painting and putting together a deck on it. So we'll see. All right, if we get through all that and we're not too far behind, then we're back onto the Honda if it needs finishing up. So if I didn't get that Tamiya Honda F1 done, we'll finish it up in November. All right? And any other sort of little work in progress lying around. November's like my buffer month. If all of them run over, then November just gets swallowed up because I basically everything ran over. So that's my buffer month. Hopefully, by then, all kits are built that want to be built, and we pretty well have got on top of it all. Probably got a good Constructo Bounty video out, you know, all the way through this. That's good. Then December. In December, that will be my month. Okay, so you guys have had January through to November. You had a good 11 months for kits you want me to build and work in progress that you guys like that I'll bring back and finish. Come December, I will then choose what I want to do. I may finish off something that isn't quite half done, or I might build a few things like there's that Benz kit that I got, right? That little very first Benz, little three-wheeler. I might just build that as a December front project, okay? And the same as I've got that Piaggio thing with a big nose and the rest of it. I might just build it. I'll pull something out, either a new kit out of my stash or a work in progress that I particularly like that maybe you guys don't always vote for. It'll come out. Or if I haven't finished the Sunderland, it'll happen. It'll be like that. It'll be a wrap-up video for the end of the year, something that really I have a lot of joy with, all right? So it'll be me. That month, all about me. As I said before, you know, like, comment, subscribe, all that sort of stuff. That would really help. It really helps the algorithm. And we can all look forward to the Sunderland. I'm pretty excited about this. I have ordered a photo etch interior. Yes. And don't know, it's not going to take months to do. A photo etch is one of those coloured ones with their big pieces. They self-ease. Whack it in, bingo bongo, interior is all done. Yeah, I'm going to make it easy. I'm not going to overcomplicate that kit. It doesn't need it. It's lovely. So that is everything. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can look forward to everything that's coming. I will print a list somewhere. Probably I'll post it on Patreon and YouTube and maybe on Facebook and places like that. What is my build list for the year? So you can actually see it, print it out, glue it to your wall and go, yep, and you can tick them off as I work my way through them. See how I go. Yeah, that'll be exciting, won't it? All right, that's it. It's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.